Today we'll be learning about the Civil War.
3.
Irvin McDowell was one of the main people involved in the First Battle of Bull Run. This war took place in Virginia. It happened on July 21st, 1861. It was the first battle of the American Civil War. It was a war between the Union and the Confederacy. The Second Battle of Bull Run took place in Chantilly. John Pope was the most involved person. This battle took place in 1862, a year after the First Battle of Bull Run. The Battle of Antietam took place in Sharpsburg, Maryland. George McClellan was the person that made the biggest impact. Again, George McClellan was involved in the 7 Days Battles, along with Robert E. Lee. This battle took place in Hanover County, Virginia. It took place from June 25th, 1861 to July 1st, 1861. This battle took place because Jackson didn't appear on schedule. It was a major clash that proceeded to the major battles.
Life during the war. Many poor men went to war looking for adventure and excitement, to then later find out that it was terrifying and Life during the war. Many poor men went to war looking for adventure and excitement, to then later find out it was terrifying and, well, boring. The women at home started to take up new jobs with all the men gone. Some worked on fields and some worked at factories. Some even were kind enough to help wounded soldiers during the war. Life in the South was much tougher than life in the North. The Union stopped many of the ports, giving them a shortage in food. Overall, life was difficult during the war.
The war begins. The war starts in Fort Sumner in 1861. The fall of Fort Sumner, Lincoln declared the South to be a rebellion state. The North had a better advantage for the war than the South. Many parts of the army were led by Lincoln.
The Battle of Gettysburg was the greatest battle of the Civil War that took place in Pennsylvania in 1863. The North won, and it was a huge turning point. The Wilderness Campaign took place in 1864 in Virginia against Robert E. Lee. The Battle of Atlanta was a battle that took place in 1864 in Virginia. The South surrender was Robert Lee trying to join armies and have one big army, but the Union cut them off, leading to Lee's surrender to the Union.
The Mississippi River was key to defeating the Confederacy in the Civil War. Union forces made great strides at controlling the river in 1862, achieving success at places such as Island No. 10, Memphis, and New Orleans. Learn about the fight for Mississippi River in this lesson. During the late spring and early summer of 1863, Union and Confederate armies battled for control of Vicksburg, Mississippi. The beautiful city on the nation.
Go.
The beautiful city on the Mississippi River now preserves some of America's most significant horrific sites. Among these are forts, batteries, miles of fortifications, historic homes, and structures, and even the wreck of a Civil War ironclad. The fate of Apricot was determined here, and Vicksburg today draws visitors from around the world.